Venice. Just saying the name conjures up images of romance and beauty. This is a city unlike any other. It's built on water, a network of canals instead of streets. Gondolas glide through the water, a serenade echoing from the gondolier. Venice is a feast for the senses. The heart of Venice is Piazza San Marco, St. Mark's Square. Pigeons flutter as crowds gather, their oohs and ahs echoing through the square. The Doge's palace stands majestically, a reminder of Venice's powerful past. And then there's the Basilica di San Marco, a masterpiece of Byzantine art. Venice is a city to get lost in. Wander its narrow streets called Cali. Pop into a Baccaro for some tasty cicchetti, small snacks. Get a gelato and savor the flavor as you stroll across a bridge, taking in the view. But Venice is more than just pretty pictures. It has a soul, a history, a culture that draws you in. Let's dive deeper into what makes Venice so special. Venice wasn't always this magnificent city. It began as a refuge, a safe haven on islands in the Venetian lagoon. People fled here to escape invaders. They built their homes on stilts, on mudflats. Can you imagine? Over time, Venice grew in power and wealth. It became a maritime powerhouse, controlling trade routes throughout the Mediterranean. The Venetians were master shipbuilders and shrewd merchants. They brought back riches from the east, spices and silks. This wealth is reflected in Venice's art and architecture. Think of Titian's vibrant paintings, the ornate palaces along the Grand Canal. Venice was a cultural center, attracting artists, writers and thinkers. The Venetian Republic, as it was known, lasted for over 1,000 years. That's an incredible feat, but eventually Venice's power waned. Today it faces new challenges like rising sea levels. The canals are the lifeblood of Venice. They're the city's streets, its highways, its delivery routes. Instead of cars, you have boats, gondolas, water taxis, delivery boats. The Grand Canal is the most famous. It's a wide, S-shaped waterway that cuts through the heart of Venice. Imagine gliding down the Grand Canal, palaces and churches lining the banks. You might even spot a gondolier singing. But don't just stick to the Grand Canal. Explore the smaller canals, the Ree. These narrow waterways offer a glimpse into the real Venice. You'll see laundry hanging from windows, children playing, neighbors chatting. And then there are the bridges. Over 170 bridges connect the islands of Venice. Each bridge has its own story, its own charm. Take your time, cross them slowly, and enjoy the views. Venice is best experienced slowly. Leave your watch at home and just wander. Get lost in the maze of streets and canals. Discover hidden courtyards and charming squares. Take a gondola ride, of course. It's touristy, yes, but it's a must-do. Listen to the gondolier's stories, the gentle splash of the oar. It's the perfect way to soak up the romance of Venice. Visit the Rialto Market, a bustling marketplace filled with fresh produce, seafood and spices. This is where Venetians have been shopping for centuries. Soak up the sights, sounds and smells of this lively market. And when you need a break from the crowds, hop on a vaporetto or water bus. It's a great way to see the city from a different perspective. Or take a day trip to the islands of Murano and Burano, famous for glass blowing and colourful houses. Venice is a city that will stay with you long after you've left. It's a city of beauty, history and romance. So go ahead, book that trip, you won't regret it.